Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, the FlyByWire A380, it's finally here in all its glory. 4 years in the making for a simulation of the A380 like this. If anything, if you've been around flight sim since before MSFS, this is many years in the making to get a level of simulation this good, I suppose. We're just going to take it on a wee tester flight. We are in Manchester and we're just going to do a fake positioning flight on a short 30-minute, not even journey up to Glasgow to stay, basically assuming that Glasgow need the aircraft. It's a short flight, it's made up, it's basically just to get a feel for the aircraft and we can see how we get on. But yeah, this is the A380 from FlyByWire. I've got this Emirates livery off the flightsim.to site. Obviously I can see already that the GSX, the GSX positioning is not correct, but it's fine, the aircraft is literally as of about 10 minutes ago. But as to be expected and as could have been seen in all their previews, the aircraft is absolutely stunning. I will do a warning, this is incredibly tough to run. I have an RTX 4090 and a Ryzen 7950 X3D, so I can't really get much better for flight sim at the moment. I know that this is October 2024 at the time of recording this, so obviously 5090 round the corner next year. The new Ryzen processors 9000 X3Ds are due out, but at the moment this is about as good as it can get. It is difficult to run this. I originally downloaded the 8K version because I play flight sim in 4K and I assumed that we would be able to run this in 8K. I can, but I am maxed out on VRAM from the 4090, and even at I'm now using the 4K version. I will just tell you right now, we are totally maxed out in VRAM. We're using 22 gigs of the 24 available VRAM on the 4090, but I can tell you when I originally started filming or recording this, we were well maxed out and it was causing some serious lag and stutter issues. We are in the DirectX 12 mode for frame generation, obviously because we're running it in 4K. But again, I don't want to say that's to be expected, but yeah, I am running it in 4K, which isn't going to help. But I will also tell you that I dropped the while running the 4K version, I dropped it to 1440p in the sim. We were still maxed out in VRAM, so this is a tough cookie to run. But I've adjusted some settings just so we can get flying in it and just see how we get on. I'm just having a look around the model just now because it looks absolutely stunning, as to be expected. It's so good to have an A380 in the sim, especially of the level of which I'm expecting from this based on the A320 and everything we know about the A380 so far. But yeah, that is the exterior. We'll explore that more, I'm sure. We're going to jump into the flight deck where all I've done is fire the external power on. In fact, I didn't realise there's actually 4 external powers. Okay, so I just quickly set up some wing views. Obviously because it's a double decker, I've tried to set some that are higher up and some that are lower down as well, just to give us a different perspective across the aircraft. So we'll see how that looks once we get going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to preface is I have not flown an A380, I am not a real world pilot, and I don't really fly Airbus aircraft in the sim as much as I probably should. So in terms of getting this full flight set up, this will probably be a bit all over the place. So I will disclaim that, I am not a professional pilot and I will never claim to be one. And we're just going to kind of wing it, and we're going to see how we get on and try and get this thing up from here in Manchester just up to Glasgow. And we're just going to wing it and see how we get on. So on the tablet I've already imported in the SimBrief flight plan. I think I can import the data which will download it to the aircraft, I believe. I've looked at no documentation as well on this, I just want to make that clear too. In terms of the weather at Manchester at the moment, we are 1903 knots is the wind, and it's 11 degrees Celsius. We can put the pressure in, which is 1025 at the moment. And we can do that on the standard, on the backup, I can't even think of the name for whatever reason right now, the standby indicator. Up to the overhead panel, let us, again, I'm just making this up as we go along, so we're just going to go with it. Cruise supply can come on, we can put the ADIRs to nav, we can put all the fuel pumps on, why not? There is just a few of them, to say the least. The other thing that I've not actually done is I can put the batteries on. There we go. Probably should have done that earlier. Don't even know what that is, but it's on. As I say, all the external power's on at the moment. We can arm the emergency lights. We can put the no smoking and seatbelt signs on, why not? Nav lights on, that's fine. And that will probably do it for the overhead panel at the moment. Down to the FMS. So this is very different to what you'll be used to in the A320, even the Boeing aircraft. It's different. That's certainly one way of looking at it. So I believe we go to FMS 1. So I've just given us a fake flight number of UAE, so Emirates, and then I've got us as pause 1, as in positioning 1. So enter. So we're from Echo Golf. Let's see if I can just. Oh, I didn't know that. You can actually type using the keyboard. So we're from Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. That's actually quite good. To Echo Golf Papa Foxtrot. We can company flight plan request. I believe that'll take it from SimBrief. That is a hope. So we'll wait. Received company flight plan. So we can insert it, I think. Insert. There we go. So cruising at 240, that's fine. This is a small flight. The IRSs, don't think we need to do anything there. They are aligning, so I think we can just leave that as it is. Trip wind, I'm just going to leave. So departure, we are runway. What runway are we actually? 23 left. So we can insert that, I believe. So depart. Oh, there you go. It is. So departure 23 left on the SID of Pole 1 Yankee. So I think I can then insert that. That should then give that in. That's right. So at Glasgow, the arrival will be to runway 23. It's quite windy up in Glasgow, so that'll be interesting as well. It'll be ILS 23. The star is this one. Yep. We're not going to put a transition in because we're probably just going to self-vector, because this is probably going to be a bit of a disaster on the arrival because I haven't flown it before. In terms of the discontinuity, now it's been a while since I have flown the Airbus. So do I click, how do I click this? Oh, I can delete. Ah, there we go. I'm also going to delete Lanark because I know that I don't want that there because I've flown the route before into Glasgow. So that's sorted. Let's see. We can go to the back to the init page, I think. So departure's done. Nav, fuel and payload. So I'm looking for, according to SimBrief, an estimated zero fuel weight of 337.8. So that's where I need to work out if or how we get there. So zero fuel weight, there we go. So zero fuel weight is 337.8. So 337 point, I'm actually going to put 9 because it's close to 337.9. Our block fuel is going to be 22.3. That's wild in comparison to what you'd be used to in a... Now, zero fuel weight centre of gravity, right, there isn't a, don't believe anyway, there's a performance calculator on the EFB, which there is not, but SimBrief does have a takeoff performance page, so we're going to use it. So we're out at 2.3 left, you can't see this, I'm going to quickly do it. We're going to get the weather in, we'll calculate it. So for our zero fuel weight centre of gravity, let me see if I can get that here. Now I'm just going to go to the performance page. We're going to flex. According to SimBrief, for flexing to 44. We are flaps 1. No idea what that is. Packs on, anti-ice is off. So that's giving us V1 of 129, believe it or not, even in the A380. VR of 129 and V2 of 148. So that is giving us... Yes, I think... Now, I don't know what I would put in here, to be honest with you. This is what I mean when I haven't flown this before, so I am just making this up as I go along. So I'm going to leave it at that. Zero fuel weight centre of gravity. Now, that is the one thing that I am wondering where I'm going to be able to grab that from, because I always find that it is a bit... oh, here we go. Payload. There we go. Lovely. 35.3 on the zero fuel weight CG. So 35.3. So we can just stick that in here. He says, there we go. 35.3. And enter. I do like that you can use a keyboard. It's actually quite useful. I'm just going to slightly adjust this camera. There we go. So that's done. So performance is done. I don't know what the THS for is unless I can grab that up here, but I don't know that I can. Fuel, it's not in there. So in terms of the other thing, I want to just double check. If we go up here, no. I want to go to engines. No, I want to go to fuel. So we have 19 tons of fuel, which is incorrect. We want 22.3. So I want instant fuel. Okay, I don't know if that... Oh, that was the centre tanks, my bad. There we go, 22.4, which is actually incorrect. I want 20... I know, that is correct. Right, sorry, all over the place. Excellent. So, that's done. Fuel is done. I don't know what this THS for is. I wish I could find out for you. I'm going to have one last look through all of this. And I cannot find... any of it, so we're just going to leave it at that, I suppose. Okay, that's fine. Services. What we're going to do is get the APU started up, I think. So we'll go to master on. I think you're meant to wait a couple of seconds, but we'll just fire start on. We'll go outside and have a little listen to the sounds, because this will be the APU in the A380's probably nearly the same size as an engine in a lot of other aircraft that will be big, I'm sure. So let's see if we can sit back and listen to it start up. Here we go. There we go, that is a... Oh, that is an APU startup, at least it sounds like it. Sorry, I just can't stop looking at the outside of the aircraft, it just looks so amazing. Back inside, so we have APU available, so we'll stick the APU bleed on. I'm going to ask GSX just to start preparing us for pushback. So hopefully it shuts the doors. I should have really put... Now, I'm not sure, should this not say managed now? I could be wrong on that. So I'm going to put the 148 in. I'm sure this should be managed. I don't know what this THS4 is. I should probably try and figure that out. I'm just double checking I don't have it anywhere on the SimBrief thing. It just says auto, to be honest with you, so... Oh. I've put 90% in. I don't know what the... Watch that probably caused me to crash. It's saying format error. Now, whether that's correct or not, I don't know. Anyway, we come out of Manchester, and you can see we're only at flight level 240. Now, what I do like is obviously the sun is coming from over there. I can barely see these screens. I don't know how bright they actually are on, but they feel like they're not very bright. So I'm just going to make them brighter because I can't see them. We'll go to... we want to go left. Just hold on a moment, GSX, because we are not ready yet. Right, so I've put these as bright as they go. Now this says THS is 42.7. Now is that what goes in performance? Let me change this. 42.7. That looks... That matches that, so we're going to go with that. Yes, GSX, just a moment please, thank you. Initial cruise, we'll just go straight up to 240. I will open climate once we're up into the air. We can put the flight director on, there we go. Right, parking brake is... Oh my god, where's the parking brake? Oh, there it's there. Parking brake off. We can put the beacon light on. This is literally the first time I am flying this, just to reaffirm that. You'll see it's really struggling with the lag as I switch through the views. It's just the 4090 doesn't have enough VRAM, which is crazy at 24 gigs, but that's why I can't... That is the main reason I can't wait for the 5090 is to get the extra VRAM that it's going to have. Anyway, let's try and get some engines started on this thing. I have no idea how they would generally start the engines. I don't know how many they would do at a time. So I'm going to be naive and try and do 2 at a time. So I need to find the engine start switch thing. Is that up here? Yeah, it is. So ignition start. And let's go 4 and 3 and let's just see if that is enough to get these going, and I'm going to listen to the sounds. Yes. I enjoyed that far too much. So that looks like we've got available on both the engine 3 and 4. So we'll go with engine 2 and 1. And we'll see if we can have a little listen to these ones.
Please set parking brake and lock in the nose gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
This is incredible.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Incredible's probably the best word I can give you. This is free, folks. Like that is the most, like, that is the main thing to remember. This is free. I mean, there is payware add-ons out there that are nowhere near this. This is free. It's crazy. Anyway, we have what looks like 4 good engine starts, so we can put the engine start switch back to normal. I'm going to take the APU off. We'll fire the taxi lights on. I suppose we can put the runway turn off in camera. Oh, please. Does that work at the moment? I don't know if that'll work, because I feel like that's quite a niche feature that doesn't need to work at the moment. We can go down to the pedestal here, just double check everything is looking okay here. I want to find the TCAS, which is here. Okay, so about 4 hours later I figured out how to do the squawk. It's actually in here. You have to go down to I'm going to assume that means surveillance, I don't know, and you put it in here and put auto. So yeah, I can also put, I'm just going to put TCAS and TARA as well while we're at it, why not? Yeah, let's leave that at that, and we can go back to the FMS page. So let's get set up for the departure, so we can arm the ground spoilers. We can put flaps 1. Let's go to the wing, I suppose, and see if we can watch it. I do apologise about the kind of lag as we move through the... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, they sound pretty good. Do a flight control check. They look all good. Go to an outside view, why not? Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Okay, so auto brake, let's find that next. Everything's like, usually in the Airbus you're used to everything being in the same place. The A380 is one of those ones where it is just a little bit everywhere else. Oh, this is different. I don't know what BTV means, but RTO arm, there we go. Can do the takeoff config test, which I think I've seen down here, there we go. Pitch trim FMS CG disagree. Okay. Let's go to performance then. Pitch trim. Ah, okay, so I'm moving the trim now. I'm guessing we put this to 37. Is that where we put this to? 37? And then where do we change it to 37 in here? Let's put it in here then. Let's put 37. I promise for the next video I will try and learn how to do this. Okay, can we do takeoff config test again and see if that fixed it? Okay, it's happy with that. okay, with that, parking brake off. Just double check up here, taxi lights on, runway turn off and cameras on, seatbelts on. Let's get some throttle. Now, that's fine, these are moving, that's fine. Just wanted to check the throttles were actually working okay. We are absolutely flying already, so we're just going to slow that right down. Double check that my pedals are working, which they are. It's a bit different to steer on the ground, which is fine. Yeah, it's very laggy on the camera switch. It's just it's a VRAM issue, I think, or well, that's what I'm putting it down to anyway. I've turned off the traffic as well. I've turned down quite a lot of settings just to try and get the aircraft functioning to some stable degree, to be honest with you. We will put the landing lights on since we're across the runway. We can just put the strobe to on as well. We'll just leave it there. Anyway, we're going to be going off 2-3 left. Engines sound quite quiet here. I don't know if that's normal. I've only flown on an A380 once, and it was a long time ago. It was when Air France were trialling it, like doing their initial flights from Heathrow to Charles de Gaulle in Paris. That was the only time I've ever flown on an A380, so that is fine. I mean, look at that wing. That is incredible. Okay, well, I've made a total royal arse of that turn, which is fine. Now, I'm going to use SkyDolly to try and record this. How well that's going to work, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just looking at the throttles, just wanted to make sure that they're working okay. So we're here at runway 23 left. Look at the size of those spoilers. Crazy, 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 crazy. So I'm quite chuffed with myself with how far we've got, despite the fact that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. Taking off into the sun, this is where I hope the HDR is working. Otherwise this is going to look not very good. Anyway, I think we're just going to go for it on the old departure. Put the flight director on, why not? Okay, I have no idea what they put the throttles to, so we're going to 50%. And let's go to flex. Takeoff. Man, flex, SRS. Let's try and keep it on the runway. There's 80. We're going to go absolutely flying because we're so light. There's V1 and rotate. Positive brake, gears coming up. Nav. Trimmed out to perfection. Keep her holding her back. There we go. Nice on the flight director. Climb thrust. Set. was an interesting noise. When I go open climb, bring it over to the right. Flaps coming up. Standard pressure set. It flies like an absolute dream. It feels heavy. And start bringing back the stick just a little bit as we start to hit 250. Look at that climb rate. 6,000 feet per minute because we're so light. Try and keep it on the flight director. 7,000 feet per minute. We are late. We could have probably derated quite considerably more, but it is what it is. Command A, or Autopilot 1, is on. Got to have my wing view. Look at that. Bombing into the sky. There's 10,000, landing lights off. The nose light can come off as well. Put the seatbelt signs to auto. We can disarm the ground spoilers. I mean, we're going to be at 240 in absolutely no time. I mean, it reckons we're not going to be at 240 till pole. I would be quite surprised if we are not already at it by then. You can see you've got the kind of, I don't know what it's officially called, but you've got like the 3 different ailerons that kind of just flap about. I remember that from my flight on the A380 in real life. The engines sound a bit... Oh, there's my terrible wing views. Yeah, the engines, I don't know, they sound a bit quiet, but I don't know. It's been a very, very long time, as I said, since I flew on the A380, so that could be normal. Anyway, since we're already through flight level 180, I am going to leave you, and I love you folks, for this test flight anyway, and I'll see you on the arrival down into Glasgow. See you then. Okay, so welcome back. We are not that long since I left you. We're still on the cruise. We've only been on the cruise for about 5 minutes, but we're already due to go back down. I just wanted to bring you back to put the destination data in. So I am going to go to the performance page, which we're already on. Go to approach. So the temperature at Glasgow is 12 degrees Celsius. 1, 2. The QNH is 1021 hectopascals. We'll enter that. The wind at the moment it is 230 at 17 knots. So straight down the runway. In terms of the minimums, I will just grab that for Glasgow. The approach onto ILS 23. Just want to make sure we don't miss the descent. So the minimums is 221 on the barrel. So that is there. 221. Enter. Excellent. We'll go full config. That's all been entered in. So yeah, we'll be hitting the descent in about 40 miles. Look at the texturing. Everything about this is absolutely stunning in my opinion. Like, absolutely stunning. Anyway, I will leave you again. I just wanted to bring you back to put the destination data in, which we've now done. So with that, I will leave you and we'll see you again a little bit further down on the approach into Glasgow. Hello and welcome back. We're in a descent a bit closer to Glasgow now. I actually want to say the plane is not descending as quickly as it should be for the where we need to be. We need to be at 3,000 in approximately 20 miles. I don't know if it's just like me losing my bearings, but I feel like we should be there quite a bit closer than we are now. But it is what it is. We're just going to roll with it and see how she gets on. I don't want to fiddle with it too much. I do have the speed brakes extended just to help us slow down. As you can see, we're already miles off where it wants us to be. Come on, plane, we really need you to start going down now. We've went through 10,000, so lights and everything can come on. The seatbelt signs can come on. It's fine. We've got auto brake 2 for landing. Obviously we've already put the destination data in. As you can see, it will start plummeting us down here. We might be okay on the altitude. Now, I'm not sure what the flap limits are on this. Luckily, we've got a handy dandy speed limit here. So we can do flaps 1 at 263 knots max. So we might use that to our advantage. In fact, I say we might. Probably most certainly will use it to our advantage, because we are well below the glide. Above the glide, sorry. So I'm going to go flaps 1. Which is going to bring the slats out very slowly. Again, I'm going to get SkyDolly to record. Feels like the aircraft is really struggling to get to the altitude that we need to be at. I'm going to do performance, activate approach, which is going to slow us right down. We're going to do vertical speed, because I don't trust it. The limit at this waypoint here is 3,500, so we're just going to use that. So we're back on the descent path there. There comes the glide, so I'm just going to put us back on managed descent. I'm going to bring these speed brakes in. Believe it or not, with these hills, this is the approach that is done in real life. Making a left turn, we've grabbed the localizer. We just need to get down a little bit more to get the glide slope, which we'll be hopefully okay at.
2,500.
That's checked, we're okay. We have got the glide slope. We'll arm autopilot 2. And we're just going to chill here. We are 11 DME at the moment, so we can leave the aircraft configured as it is. We've managed to get down to the speed that we want, which is always helpful. There we go. We are coming down with the glide. Can't see a thing because the sun is so bright. So for a missed approach we climb to 3000, so I'm just going to put that in the altitude window.
2500.
We go straight ahead to 228, so again I will just put that in on the heading there. We're getting blown about quite a bit here.
2500.
That's okay. We're 8 DME, so I'm going to go flaps 2. You can see the ailerons blown out. I have put SkyDolly on, so hopefully that works. Just due to the wind, I'm going to get configured quite early because you can see it's blustering about quite a lot. So we are going to go gear down, flaps 3. Flaps 3 set. Arm the speed brakes, or the ground spoilers. 6 DME now. As I say, I just want to get nice and prepared for arrival nice and early. As we come down to 150 here, we'll go flaps full. Look at the aircraft struggling to keep us with this wind. Flaps full set, so we've got landing all green, seatbelts on, landing gear down, ground spoilers are armed, the flaps are set. And yeah, once we break through these clouds, I will put the autopilot off and we'll try and do this for ourselves. As I say, we've got auto brake 2 on, it should be plenty. Hopefully SkyDolly's doing its thing. If it is, there's plenty of views I'm sure that you'll be able to see either in this video or another. I haven't decided how I'm going to split all of this up yet.
$1,000.
Autopilot's coming out, let's do this for ourselves. I've got the runway lights in sight. The autopilot is off now.
1,000.
That's checked. Little bit high, that's okay. It's very windy. Although it's not blustering about quite as much as it was initially. Still a little high, we'll try and correct that without nosediving. We're a little bit over to the left, so we'll try and correct that. Keep her coming down. Still a little high, a little bit stuttery. It's okay, we'll roll with it for a moment.
$400.
Landing.
$100 above.
It's checked.
Minimum.
Landing. Don't nosedive it. Come on, there we go. Keep her coming.
50, 40, 30, 20, retard,
Let's idle it.
5,
And we're down. $80, or 60 on the ground speed. We can idle the throttles, disarm the speed
auto
brake.
brake off,
Thank you. Welcome to Glasgow. That wasn't too bad, actually. It feels heavy on the approach. Like, it felt like the slower and closer to the ground we got, like the more big inputs I needed to put on the controls. Obviously, I know the Airbus like inputs are a bit different from Boeing and things like that anyway, but it feels like it needs a lot of grappling with, which I don't know, that might be me, because I'm pretty sure that's not how an Airbus is generally meant to be considered to work. But yeah, welcome to Glasgow. Now, this that you can see, I don't know how well it's going to pick up, I think is the VRAM issue. So because of this stutter, the only way I have figured out to fix this is to go to the options and basically change a setting. Doesn't really matter what you do. It seems to like reload the game to get rid of the issue, so you've got to be super careful. Now, I have never had this issue in anything but this aircraft, so I don't want to say it's a this aircraft issue until I know for sure, but it's definitely it definitely struggles. Anyways, we come off the runway, we can take the landing lights off. Nose light can go to taxi. We can bring the strobe off. We can get the APU started. Idle those throttles. But yeah, welcome to Glasgow. Yeah, I believe it's a VRAM issue when it's flicking between the views there, and the only way I've so far figured out to fix it is by using the settings to, like, I don't know if it kind of clears the cache on the VRAM or something. I'm not entirely sure why or how it works, but it seems to fix it for me. Glasgow only has one gate for the A380, it's gate 30. It's going to say there's no suitable parkings, but I know that it is gate 30 in real life. It is not a medium, it is for this aircraft. I do not need a follow me, no. I will get SkyDolly to stop the recording. I hope that worked. Famous last words. I will get the landing rate. No, I won't, because it will not be there yet. I'll get you the landing rate once we've parked up. Yeah, so I don't know if I go to another view if it's going to give us the issue with the stuttering. Seems to be okay. I think it is very much dependent on many factors that I've not quite figured out all what they do yet. All the factors are. So the APU is on, we can fire the APU bleed on. Now, I don't know if they would do like dual engine taxi or an A380, so we're just going to leave them all on for now. And apologies about my terrible taxiing, it's very different in this aircraft. Again, you can feel the weight of it almost. So we'll swing around. Gate 30 is there. Don't stop her, don't stop it, come on. Keep her coming. Use those left engines to try and help swing us round. That was my fault, I used a bit too much differential braking there. And again, we'll try and swing it round onto gate 30. Which was easier said than done in this. Keep it coming, come on. The one thing I would say about the aircraft is it just feels like you can feel the weight of it. Every time you move it, you feel the weight. You can see my parking skills leave a lot to be desired. Now we're a bit over to the right, as I suspected we might be, but I will try and correct it. Come on, plane, let's go. Now I think it's going to get us to go far too far forward here. It definitely is. So we're going to leave it there and not listen to GSX. Parking brake on, and the APU is on, so we can get rid of all of the engines like so. Deboarding if you wish. Seatbelt signs can come off. Taxi light can go off. Beacon can come off. And that should be us. Welcome to Glasgow. That was a nice little first flight in the 380. I don't know why I keep saying 380, the A380. It is very different to fly compared to most other aircraft in the sim. I will say that much about it, but it's nice. And again, the main thing you've got to remember with this aircraft is that it's free. This does not cost a penny. I'll just get you the landing rate if you're still here. -279 is what it says, which I'll take for given the weather conditions and it being the first flight and it being a big heavy aircraft to try and control. But yeah, plenty more videos coming your way on this aircraft. It's probably going to be A380 Central, not just across my channel, probably across most channels on YouTube, but it is what it is. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it, and if you are new here, make sure to please subscribe. Plenty more coming, full flights, anything flight sim related, and obviously Flight Sim 2024 coming out soon, so there'll be plenty on that. As I said though, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Cheerio!